Hello, my little ship heads, and welcome back to Ship Talk, where we talk about crime, history, and oddities in the world of supply chain. Today, let's talk about the woman who ran one of the most sophisticated trade and supply chain operations the ancient world had ever seen. It's documented in every single detail on stone walls that still exist today. Her name was Hatshepsut. She was the pharaoh of Egypt, and she was one of the greatest logistics minds of the ancient world. She ruled Egypt from approximately 1479 to 1458 BC during one of the most prosperous periods in Egyptian history. While most pharaohs before her had focused on military conquest, of course, Hatshepsut focused on trade. She established and reopened supply routes to Lebanon, Crete, Syria, West Africa, and South Africa, reopened mining operations in Sinai, and essentially rebuilt Egypt's entire import and procurement network from the ground up. But her crowning achievement was the expedition to Punt. In her ninth year as pharaoh, she commissioned a massive trading expedition and sent a fleet of 5 large ships to the land of Punt, which historians believed was somewhere located around modern-day Somalia or Ethiopia. The ships sailed loaded with Egyptian goods to trade: wine, beer, cloth, weapons, jewelry. They returned with heaps of incense, myrrh trees, ebony and ivory, gold, scented woods, eye pigment, monkeys, baboons, dogs, panther skins, luxury goods, medical materials, exotic animals, and raw goods that Egypt could not produce domestically. It was a procurement operation of extraordinary scale and ambition, but the detail that got me was the trees. This expedition was the first recorded instance in human history of flora being successfully transplanted from one country to another. The myrrh trees she brought back from Punt were planted in her temple and flourished in Egypt for centuries. The roots of those trees can still be seen at Del al-Bahri today. She did not just import goods, she imported living plants and made them grow. 3,500 years ago. Under her rule, the gold accumulated through her trade operations was later used to make the tomb of King Tutankhamun, probably the most famous archaeological discovery in history. That gold came from her supply chain. She was so proud of the Punt expedition that she had the entire operation carved in extraordinary detail on the wall of her memorial temple. The ships, the cargo, the foreign leaders, the weighing and measuring of goods on the docks. It is essentially the world's oldest documented supply chain record. And then, after she died, her successor spent years chiseling her name and image off of monuments and statues across Egypt in what historians believe was a systemic attempt to erase her from the record. Typical patriarchal nonsense, of course. Anyways, that's your story for today. Remember to follow and share with your freight bestie, and I will see you next time.